going to build a more like a middle of the road PC. I should say gaming PC for a client of mine. And so we are going to start with our motherboard. I'll get the box out the way for now. So as you can see, we are using the Gigabyte Pro AC B550. So this is a brand new board I never used before. Got a plastic wrap. Yeah, pretty nice board. Some decent features. Pretty much whatever he'll need, he'll get it. Also has Wi-Fi, as you can see. For processor, we are going to use the AMD Ryzen 7 5700X. This is a pretty decent CPU. As you can see, it's a 8-core, 16-thread processor. Only thing is, it's from the X line, so it does not come with discrete graphics. So you definitely has to bring your own GPU. But again, we are definitely getting a GPU in this build, so this won't be a problem. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and install our CPU. Nothing is so cool as a shiny new CPU. All right, so we are going to line up the arrows. You can see that little gold arrow pointing down here, and you also have it pointing down this way. Make sure it's seated. Little wiggle, and voila. Get some of these things out the way. All right, next we are going to install our RAM. For this build, we are going to use 32 gig of DDR4. So we are going to rock with the G-Skill Trident Z RGB. All right, so if you're not sure, always check with your motherboard manufacturer where to install your memories. And if you're always unsure, I'll just check here. It tells you which one to populate. All right, so now let's talk about the cooler. So for the cooler, you know what? Before I install the cooler, let's go ahead and install so we're gonna go ahead and do a 1 terabyte. So we're gonna rack in the Kingston NV3, all right, 6,000 megabit per second, so that's not bad. So we're gonna populate. So I already had one out of the packet, so perfect. So this is one-sided. Gotta angle down. Don't ever forget to remove the plastic. Those tiny screws. Sounds pretty good. Okay, so that's in there. All right, next, let me move this out the way so we can take a look at our cooler. I don't know if I mentioned this before. So this build is revolving around this brand, SAMA. So SAMA is pretty much a newcomer in the game. So, and they're trying to make a name for themselves. I've heard great things about them. I've decided to go ahead and give them a try. And I think so far for the price, you can't really go wrong. So again, so this is a 240 AIO. Again, has so that would come with the RGB fans and everything. So the components of SAMA we are pretty much using today would be the AIO. This real quick. So the AIO case, power supply, and all the fans. So should be all SAMA. So we got all the brackets. Should be for both Intel and AMD. Of course, a little pretty simple instruction manual. Nice installation guide. Let's take a look at the AI itself. Man, they wrapped everything. Wow, okay. Pretty interesting. I'm not more you're going to hate this. So got the pump itself. Alright. Pretty cool. So no thermal paste applied there. Just a copper plate and the plastic cover. Alright, so let me go ahead and find our bracket and install our AIO. So perfect. We had a bracket install. So pretty straightforward. It's just one bracket. So you remember you gotta install these to make sure they are in this configuration, because the cool thing with AMD, we get to keep the original bracket that came with the motherboard. With Intel, you're gonna have to install the Intel bracket. So again, it can only go pretty much one way. All right, it's just from the front. Yep. And like this, all right? So just make sure when you installing those screws, so make sure they're facing down, part is facing down, so you can go ahead and hook into the bracket. Unfortunately, I'm going to change these fans because they do not match the aesthetic I'm going for. Also, the case already came with 3 fans, and they match these cool guys. But be careful when you're buying these, because they do come in reverse blade. That's awesome, which I'm going to use also in this build. But I do have some regular one. You check the sides of what it is. So there's a regular. So you got regular, reverse blade. All right, whatever the color is. All right, so they're pretty cool. So, all right. So next, by the way, thank you, SAMA. They were nice enough to include a little bit of a thermal group for us. I appreciate that. And even, oh yeah, I'm turning into a chef today. So we're gonna go ahead and install. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so be careful when you get this. It's a plastic wrap around the cap. I usually go with my X. So pretty awesome. It's really up to you. If time permits, you can go ahead and just install your AIO at this point and let the friction do its work. Or, so try to cover as much surface as I can. I'm not liking this thermal group. It's a bit of I don't know how to explain it. I can't get a good spread out of it. Probably not going to push it too much here. All right, just remember to wipe off the excess. Usually what I like to do, to remove the plastic, whatever the excess, I usually apply. That was a very decent amount too. Voila. So we're gonna go ahead and I usually trying to put in the board first and see, but I kind of know what my configuration will be when this goes in there, since it's gonna be top mounted. So I'm gonna go that way. So with that being said, we are going for that. So right now we are taking a look at the case. We are going to make this beautiful build. So I'll see that later on. So again, this is a SAMA case. It's the Neview 4361 or Neview. I don't know how to pronounce it, but again, that's the case. It's pretty cool. Like for under $70 from Newegg, which I think was the purchase price. You can't just go wrong. Again, nothing too spectacular here as far as like the look. It is a fish tank. I just removed the tempered glass panel this side, but I do like the uninterrupted, pretty much seamless view here, where there's no, what would I say, no obstruction between the two glass, right? So it comes with 3 fans, right? You got the 2 rear side mounted fan and then the rear mounted fan. So those are all, which I am going to change. I'm going to use 2 reverse blade fans, so I'm going to remove these. And those are the 2 fans that are going into the AIO, because the AIO fan does not match any of these fans. So I'm keeping everything uniform. So these two will be removed, and I'm not sure as far as like the bottom. There's room for 3 additional fans, and I don't know if I need to use this pass-through for the GPU. I may not. I'm probably gonna still use the to the back because I'm gonna utilize every single option I have to install fans on here. So we're gonna go with the 240 on top with the 2 fans. So that's gonna be, and then the 2 side mounted fans. That's giving us 4. So we're gonna go 3 on the bottom, 7. So total of 8 fans. That's what I'm going for. We'll see if it will play nice. So for top, we do have our power button, power and reset. So LED. So your microphone and headphone jack. So 2 USB 3.0 and a USB-C 3.1. So pretty decent. And also, if we check out the back, very nice, very clean, very neat bag of screws and goodies that was given to us. I'll take that, put it to the side. What is that, a cloth? And we got all our cables. Oh, man. Okay, let's see what we got here. So front I/O, I just like everything is all white. That is so cool. And this is so we do have a hub back here for our fans. Almost pretty much all populated though. That's room for a couple, but that's fine. We're gonna utilize the motherboard and also try to daisy chain as many as this fan as we can. So because we're gonna put quite a few fans on there. All right, we're coming up to the last stage of this build. As you can see, I skipped through quite a few things, and now we're into our final, pretty much the final part. Install the PSU. Yeah, it's again, it's a very interesting case, but has its ups and downs, and some of the things that I do not like with this case. As you can see, when I'm ready to install my GPU, these brackets, they don't have no screws, so I have to kind of take them off, and it's a permanent process, so you can never put them back, you know. So but again, for the price point, don't think anybody should be complaining. But again, so the last piece of the puzzle is our PSU. Well, the power supply. What I meant by that is another SAMA branded product that we are going to be using, and I don't know why they call it the black hole, but I guess we'll find out. So it is an ATX 3.0. So although we're not gonna use that, but a nice little sleeve. I like that. Oh, it's Velcroed. Okay, SAMA. Pretty interesting. Pretty good. Nice. So it's a 80 plus gold. I do like the color coding here, although you're not gonna see it. Let's look at the cables. Get this box out the way. Another Velcro. All right. Okay. Oh man. Oh wow. Pretty cool. Get this out of the way. So we got our PSU screws. Pretty cool. Thank you for that. Wow. Again, look at this. They did not miss. And some cool little, guess some Velcros as well. We'll find out later. Okay, got ourselves some Molex. Okay, more Molex cables. Let's see what was a 24 pin. Wow, 24 pin, white, pretty cool. Not sure why they did that. I like it. Okay, that's fine. Then we got the green. So you pretty much, it's a no-brainer. It tells you exactly where everything goes, where you can't really screw that up. So perfect. So let me go ahead and install the PSU and get everything going and fire this thing up. Okay, we have reached the final part of this build, and honestly, came out pretty good. I'm not really a fan of, or I've done too many all white build. Even though it's not fully all white because we have a black motherboard, but still. But came out to be pretty interesting, and the SAMA case is very, for the price, pretty impressive. All right, so just going to run it. And hey, out of homage to Leon Lee, these fans are not bad looking. So got ourselves a post, and yeah, pretty nice overall. You can see the space down there. Plenty of space if you want to add hard drives and whatnot, even for your cables to run. Again, every build is different, so this one wasn't without any issues, but nothing major. By the way, it's a good looking, pretty good job on the cable, a 24-pin cable. Again, another copy of Leon Lee streamer cable, but those are, so they call it ARGB extension cable, and they're also made by SAMA, as you can see here. Yeah, so, but not bad at all. So, as you know, the spec is a Ryzen 5700X, so that's an 8-core, 16-thread CPU. Again, on a full platform. We have 32 gig DDR4 memory by the 2 G.Skill sticks, 3060 OC 12 gigabyte card. All only white card I had, so out on hand. And again, like I say, with the prices and the pricing of GPUs nowadays, listen, if you got yourself a decent GPU, hold on to it. Unless you're about to spend a couple grand just to get you a high-end GPU. Yeah, besides that, pretty nice. So don't mind the plastic, because again, this is not my build. So this is for the owner to, do his own peel off. Especially he has to transport it to his house, so I just leave that on there for him. And yeah, pretty much. Well, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.